A Pismo Beach neurology group closed its doors November 22nd without warning, affecting 5,000 patients. We're told staff was only given a 24-hour notice. Some patients say they still have not heard from their doctors about what to do next. But we heard from them and got some answers in this KSBY News investigation. Patients of Coast Neuro were met with this sign at the door or heard this voicemail.
Dr. Filippi is relocating to be closer to family. He will no longer be providing medical services at the office at 2 James Way.
After 9 years, the 4 doctors at the outpatient office in Pismo Beach suddenly shut their door. Normally filling this waiting room are stroke and epilepsy patients, people with movement disorders, dementia, and neuromuscular disease. Patients like Stephen Andrews.
The anxiety that this causes within me and the stress for Parkinson's is probably one of the worst things that can happen.
Andrews has been going to Coast Neuro since he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 2 years ago. He says since they closed their doors, he's been unable to find a neurologist to take over his care.
I'm not the only one that can't find a neurologist, because there's some people that have phoned and combed and tried every avenue to get a neurologist.
Andrew says he and other people in the Parkinson's community feel left in the dark, including his neighbor, who is also struggling to find a replacement doctor for his 68-year-old wife, who has Parkinson's and Alzheimer's.
I've tried to downplay it because it affects my wife a lot. When she heard this news, I could see she was physically affected.
Both men question why the office would shut down just because one doctor decides to leave. As I learned, there is more to it. In a statement from the group given to us Monday afternoon, the doctors claim their office manager quit with only 3 days' notice, and without being able to find a replacement, it was not possible to continue operating. The 3 other doctors say they are scrambling to open their own clinic. In the meantime, their patients are doing some scrambling of their own.
Frightening to lose a specialist in your area and not have one to replace them.
Now, after several phone calls, email correspondence, and statements between the doctors and KSBY News in the last week, it was announced this morning that a temporary clinic will open January 6th behind Arroyo Grande Community Hospital. When Dignity Health learned of the situation, they worked to find a solution and agreed to take on the practice. A letter will reportedly be going out to all patients notifying them of the new location.